Good morning to you all, dear students of class 7. Welcome back again to our as usual English literature class. I hope you are all staying very fit and healthy at your homes. So, once again, I continue the same previous topic today also, and the topic was a poem, a very interesting poem which I had taught to you, and the topic was In the Bazaars of Hyderabad, which was written by Sarojini Naidu. In this poem, as I have already explained to you, the poet here has tried to present in front of us the beautiful picture of an Indian market. How the Indian market look so colorful with varieties of goods in different shops. The different goods which are so colorful that all the visitors, the customers, their attention is drawn and attracted towards to it. And the vendors, the shopkeepers, how do they also react? They produce their loud trade cries in order to draw the attention of the visitors so that they can sell their goods, isn't it? So these are the things that I had discussed in my last class. Here Sarojini Naidu, she herself being a customer, likes to visit the different shops, vendors shops. She likes to visit and asks to them that what do they sell, isn't it? Sometimes she visits to a fruitsman shop, sometimes she like to go to a goldsmith shop, sometimes she goes to the flower girls, those who sell the flowers, sometimes even she goes to the merchants and she happens to inquire from them, asks to them what they are all selling, how do they all do their job of selling, in what manner they perform their work. So by visiting the different shops, by going to the different vendors, she collects a complete message, a complete information about that particular surrounding which is a market, and she enjoys it a lot, and she feels she really is a very proud person to become an Indian citizen, because she doesn't find such type of market in anywhere in the other parts of any country. So this is what she feels very proud, she is very much fascinated, she is very much here overwhelmed, and that is why it inspires her to write such a beautiful poem for us to read, and which we are here today learning, all of us here. This is what we have learnt in our previous class, children. So now in my today's class, I have just briefly told you about the previous class. Now what I am going to do with you is I am going to give you some notes, children. Before that, I will give you the grammar exercises too. Okay, I will be giving you the photos of the pages where the grammar exercises are there. You will be trying to solve it, and which are not possible, that I myself will provide you the suitable answers to them, and after that I will be providing you all the solution of the various questions, reference to context, question answers, and certainly you will be writing some of the paragraph writing works too as homework, children, which I will be mentioning it to you later after the class. Okay, let us proceed ahead. Now we move on to the question number 2, that is reference to the context. Read these lines and answer the questions that follow. First of all, I will read out the extract for you. Extract A. What do you sell, OA? Merchants. Related to this extract, question number 1. The stanza that this line is taken from describes different things being sold. What are the things mentioned? So the answer is here. Listen it and note it down in your notebooks. The different things mentioned here in the given stanza are tunics, mirror, daggers, and so on. Once again I repeat the answer for you, children. The different things mentioned here in the given stanza are tunics, mirror, daggers, and so on. Question 2. Who is selling the wares? Answer is here for you children. The merchant is selling the wares. Once again I repeat the answer for you. The merchant is selling the wares. Question 3. What are the colors and shades mentioned in this stanza? Why do you think the poet has used these colors to describe the wares? So the answer is here for you children. The colors and shades mentioned here are crimson, silver, purple, etc. The poet has used these colors to describe it in order to draw the reader's attention towards it. I repeat the answer for you. The colors and shades mentioned here are crimson, silver, purple, etc. The poet has used these colors to describe it in order to draw the reader's attention towards it. Now we move on to the extract B. First of all, I am going to read out the lines. Okay, so listen it. Bells for the feet of blue pigeons, frail as a dragonfly's wing, girdles of gold for the dancers, scabbards of gold for the king. Related to this extract, the first question it is here. Who is the speaker addressing in these lines? So the answer for this question it is here. The speaker is addressing to the goldsmith. I repeat, the speaker is addressing to the goldsmith. Question 2. Apart from a girdle and scabbards, what else is made from gold? Answer for this question, here it is. Wristlet, anklet, ring, bells, and so on are made from gold apart from girdle and scabbards. Once again I repeat, wristlet, anklet, ring, bells, and so on are made from gold apart from girdle and scabbards. Question 3. Pick out a simile from the above lines. Answer for this question. Frail as a dragonfly's wing is the simile in the above line. I repeat the answer. Frail as a dragonfly's wing is the simile in the above line. We move on to the extract C, children. First of all, I will read out the lines. Listen it. Crowns for the brow of a bridegroom, chaplets to garland his bed, sheets of white blossoms new-garnered, to perfume the sleep of the dead. Related to this extract, first question number 1. What floral ornaments are woven for the bridegroom? Answer number 1. The floral ornaments like crowns and chaplets are woven for the bridegroom. Once again I repeat the answer. The floral ornaments like crowns and chaplets are woven for the bridegroom. Question number 2. What is the significance of the white blossoms? Answer to this question. The significance of the white blossoms, it is the symbol of peace and offerings for dead. I repeat, the significance of the white blossoms, it is the symbol of peace and offerings for dead. Now question 3. The lines talk about two contrasting events in human life. What are these events? Answer to this question, here it is for you. The two contrasting events in human life as per the lines here are events like marriage ceremony and burial of human dead body. I repeat, the two contrasting events in human life as per the lines here are events like marriage ceremony and burial of human dead body. Now we move on to the question and answer, children. We will start from number 3, question number 3, because in question number 2 we have already performed it as reference to the context. So here I read out the question number 3. What are the vendors, maidens and peddlers doing in the bazaar? So here is the answer for you. Number 3 answer. The vendors are selling saffron, lentil and rice. The maidens are grinding sandalwood, henna and spice. And the peddlers are selling the jasmine and ivory dyes. Once again I repeat the answer number 3, children. The vendors are selling saffron, lentil and rice. The maidens are grinding sandalwood, henna and spice, and the peddlers are selling the jasmine and ivory dyes. Question 4. I am going to read it out for you. Listen it. Name the fruits and musical instruments displayed in the bazaar. So the answer is here for you, children. Answer number 4. The fruits are citron, pomegranate and plum. And the musical instruments are sitar, sarangi and drums, which are displayed in the bazaar. Once again I repeat, the fruits are citron, pomegranate and plum, and the musical instruments are sitar, sarangi and drums, which are displayed in the bazaar. Now we move on to the last question, children. That is question number 5. Mention two things that fascinate the poet about the bazaars of Hyderabad. What fascinates you when you go to a bazaar? There are two questions here, first part and the second part. First part question, that is I am going to give it to you, but the second part question, as it is asked the personal opinion of the individual, so it is going to be done by the student themselves, so it is like a homework for you, children. So here is the first part answer to you. The two things that fascinates her the most are the colorful goods spreaded in front of the every shop and the sounds of the various stalls in the bazaar. Once again I repeat, the two things that fascinates her the most are the colorful goods spreaded in front of the every shop and the sounds of the various stalls in the bazaar. Dear students, now we are going to perform the various grammar exercise works, reference to the context, question answers and writing works as well. Before that, let me remind you the word meanings which is already given to you by taking the photos of the page. You are supposed to write it down in your notebooks. And the very first question in page number 30, heading making connections. In this, number 1, say whether the following statements are true or false about the bazaars of Hyderabad. Here the statements are given. You are supposed to mark true if it is true and false if it is false. Later I will be giving you the photo of the page also. Number A. The merchants sell lentil and rice. False. Merchants are different from vendors. True. The fruitmen sell fruits and vegetables. As per the poem, it is false. The musicians play the guitar and the drum. As per the poem, it is also false. Magicians wake the dead from sleep. It is also false. So that is the completion of the number 1 making connection. So here we come to an end to the various grammar exercise works, reference to the context, question answers, everything. Now you are supposed to note it down, all the word meanings first, after that the grammar exercise works, then reference to the context, question answers, everything in your English literature notebook, so that later on when the school reopens you can get it checked. Alright, you are also supposed to learn the poem properly, word meanings properly, the short answers properly, so that you can do your second text properly, as most of the students were found not appearing in their first test. So it is like a suggestion to you all children, you are supposed to take it very seriously, because it is the lockdown situation is going on. When the school will reopen, it is not quite certain and sure, so you are supposed to cooperate with the subject teachers and go accordingly, so that later on the test results which is given at the moment may count for your promotion too, if the situation prevail the same till the end of the session. So that is why you have to take it all the chapters, lessons, question answer, test very seriously by remaining at home itself. Okay, take care.